Yeah, we are going to be loading on in. This is our qualifying match. This will be our final series of the night of DreamHack China. This is where it all ends. We have the veteran player in J Dong Oz, aka JoliwaLoves, and we also have the rising star in PioneeR.
The rookie warp gate, if you will. Or just a rookie, I guess. But speaking of rookies, here we are now with that qualifying match, determining who is going to have to come back on Friday, and who is going to be able to relax until the close qualifiers, at least a little bit. In the bottom right quarter map, swinging all the way in the bottom right quarter, we of course have the blue Terran player coming out from the land of China. He is going to be representing that team, Rookie Warp Gate, RWG. He is PioneeR.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the Chinese Protoss player himself. He is red, representing Team Starlight Twinkle SLD. It is JoliwaLoves.
Looking to avenge his fallen teammate from earlier.
Yeah, exactly. As a reminder to the people who are tuning in maybe throughout the ad break or throughout the, not even an ad break, but just a countdown timer, soon TM. Exactly. During that period, of course, PioneeR is the new kid on the block. He was able to take down Rewhite 2-1. Rewhite, of course, being one of the favorites in this entire bracket. And now he goes up against another. But to be fair, this is going to be a little bit different. This is no longer a best of 3.
Indeed, it is a best of 5, which means there are plenty more opportunities to turn the series around depending on how it goes. We are just starting off now, but this will give us a bit of a sense of what to expect for the rest of the match.
Exactly. The other important thing is that I doubt that JoliwaLoves was able to watch the games and get a gleam of how PioneeR is playing, just because he was also playing in his own matches at the same time and had very little downtime of his own. So, yeah, could be going into this blind, as we have a bit of a different opener here. PioneeR does go for the Rax Expand.
Yeah, okay, he does still get the Reaper, so it is a Reaper Expand. Everything's just playing out safe and standard for PioneeR, even getting that bunker for good measure. Vinny, otherwise known as JoliwaLoves, doing pretty much the same, but the Protoss equivalent of whatever PioneeR's doing.
Yeah, just going for his Gate Expand. He's going for a Twilight Council behind that, which is important to keep an eye on, right? We have seen Protoss players in Cosmic Sapphire kind of favor more Stargate play just because of how large this map is. It's going to be on PioneeR to slip on in and scout that tech.
Prioritizing probe kills for now, which I don't really blame him for. But he hasn't really gone into, like you said, check what tech his opponent's going for.
Yeah, unfortunately that we do have that adept across the map instead of being at home to defend, so 3 probes already going down. This is getting a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, this is starting to get pretty excessive, and now we have a Stalker, which of course will outrange the Reaper very, very nicely, but PioneeR already able to get 5 probe kills, wasn't quite able to confirm the tech. But, okay, no, actually, he's switching things up now. I was expecting him to go for a mine drop to maybe check that again, but he is actually pulling a little bit of a Ghost Phantom. Let's go for a 2-1.
Yeah, potentially a 2-on-1 opener here. Meanwhile, he is on point with his depot, is able to raise it just in time. Playing it safe, again, because PioneeR didn't scout across the map and he wasn't able to see the tech, he is getting a Cyclone just in case it is going to be an Oracle opener, just in case a Stargate unit does slip into the main.
Yeah, it gives him a lot of defenses to prepare for. 3 racks! That's what I'm talking about.
We have that
3-1 rather.
Yeah, a 3-1 opener here. Again, very bio-centric. There's going to be a lot of Marines to work with here. It's going to be on Vinny, on our Protoss player to try and scout this. Meanwhile, we do have a lock on, and it looks like this setup is going to go down.
Yeah, Cyclones are good for deleting more than just air units.
Oh yeah, mate. They can delete anything, mate. There we go. We do have that 1 in engineering base, so I do think that this is going to be another push, another +1 timing that we have seen in the past from PioneeR.
Yeah, very strong 2 base timing. Will he pull the boys though? is what I'm going to wonder. How committed is it going to be to the... It doesn't have to be an all-in, but if you're pushing... If you're getting the eBay this early, it might as well be an all-in.
Yeah, like, I don't even know if this is going to be a good build against what our Protoss player is doing, because JoliwaLoves is opening up with 4-gate Blink Stalkers. The 4-gate is now done. Blink is done as well, so he's going to be very aggressive with this army, and he can go into the main base. We do have a bunker on the low ground, but like because of this overall build, we don't have any tanks to defend.
Exactly. That's really going to be the anchor point for the Terran player. When it comes to the defense, in fairness, he does have a lot of bio, and the Cyclone can make up for the lack of tanks if he's able to lock on to the Warp Prism in time, but we'll see. I definitely have my doubts.
Yeah, massive warping of Stalkers here into the main base. PioneeR forced to pull every single one of these boys. Can he get a lock on that Prism? Ooh.
He doesn't need to, apparently, as the stutter stepping of the Marines is going to be enough to take it out. Vinny, he knew that if he stayed in that base, then those Stalkers are not going to be long for this world, so very decisively blinks out. But it does mean that he won't be able to get back into the main base anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. But just as you say that, we do have an observer coming on in. The bunker is going to be targeted down, and the Stalkers have gained control of the low ground. The other important thing is that these Stalkers have scouted his opponent, and every single stim hurts right now. We don't have any medevacs.
Yeah, 2 of them are popping out now, but they're still going to have to spend a lot of time and energy restoring the health of these bio units.
Yeah, again, like, I do think that this build from PioneeR is weakest against these 4-gate Blink Stalkers. We do see them, again, just having free reign of the main base, pick up whatever they can. Not the best trade here, actually. Oh my god, 3-4 Stalkers going down.
It's a really good trade for the Terran player, actually.
Yeah.
He was even able to take out the observers, so he's doesn't have to worry about those blinks for a little while anyway. What he does have to worry about, though, is what JoliwaLoves is doing behind this Stalker aggression.
Yeah, exactly. He is going into that robotic space, into Colossi production back at home. 3rd base is on the way, so a great start here for JoliwaLoves. Looking at the units lost tab, like, he has been able to pick off a lot of the Terran army, forcing out stims time and time again. PioneeR, I still don't know if he really intends to drone up from here to make another wave of SCVs, because still stuck on 2 bases, still waiting for that +1 to finish.
Well, I don't see a 3rd base coming out from him, so yeah, I'm leaning towards the former of what you said there.
Yeah, we'll see. Meanwhile, we do have that double drop getting to the main base. Zealots were here to warp in. We do have a recall as well, and this drop is going to get shut down.
1 medevac will go down as well. Thankfully for PioneeR, it's not the medevac that had the majority of his forces in it, but it's still unfortunate to say the least. He's consolidating his forces now, trying to go for a very strong push, but unfortunately for PioneeR, because he wasn't scouting earlier on, he did not quite get eyes on where that 3rd base was.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's forced to go for a massive Doom Drop into the main base. A Doom Drop where the Stalkers are ready and waiting. It looks like the drop is going to be able to unload completely here, and he can target down a couple of these workers, maybe even depower. He will get the bait. Well, he's trying to.
Yeah, not the best target firing right now. Thermal Lance will finish up in the end. PioneeR not going to get any damage done here, really, or neither will he get much damage done with his push to the 3rd.
Yeah.
A little bit indecisive there
Yeah.
with both his attacks.
Going for a bit of a multi-pronged harassment towards the main and towards the 3rd base. Both pushes end up falling. I agree, like, if he had a little bit better target fire, we can see that he was, like, a lot of DPS was dealt to this gateway and not so much on the robotic space, and maybe he could have dealt more damage. Even if he had, though, like, these weren't good trades. Like, again, he was falling behind because of the openers, and he's still, I would say, behind here. The supplies are telling a bit of a different story. Like, they are actually quite close. I just don't know if he can ever make use of it. I don't know if he can ever get on top of these Colossi.
Not anytime soon is the thing, and thankfully PioneeR was getting 3rd base behind us, so he wasn't completely 2 base all in, but now that the drops have been dealt with, JoliwaLoves sees this as his opportunity to try to go for a counterattack.
Yeah, now we have 3 Colossi.
And I will say that the silver lining for PioneeR not killing that Robo Base, that at least he was able to save some of his forces. Jesus, that Marauder. Death's down.
Yeah, he was able to save a number of his forces, don't get me wrong, but the Widowmines are all going to go down. We don't have much of a Zealot buffer here, so the Marauder's going to try and stim on forward, but there are still 3 Colossi just shelling away at this.
It's I really like the split of Marauders here, but most of the bio has been dealt with, and now most of the SCVs as well. GG, Vinny, otherwise known as JoliwaLoves, otherwise known as JDongAws, and otherwise known as a few other names, I'm sure will take game number 1. Very, yeah, pretty decisively at that. Shut down what PioneeR, whatever PioneeR threw at him.
GG, well played. Oh, with that, JoliwaLoves will get a nice lead in this series, but again, had a nice lead. Had a nice lead overall from the opener, to be honest.
Yeah. It was just one of those builds that kind of shuts down. That it was kind of a little bit of a build order loss there for PioneeR, but you know, maybe this was something that JoliwaLoves was planning for at least a little bit. Like you mentioned it earlier, how he probably wasn't able to catch. He probably wasn't able to catch a series between PioneeR and Rewhite, but he did ask for a little bit of a break before we conducted our vetoes, before we jumped into this series. Maybe he was messaging his teammate Rewhite and asking, "Yo, how does he play?"
I actually agree. Like, unironically, it's very possible that Rewhite slipped into the DMs and was like, yo, this is how he's playing. He's going for all these, like, 2-base pushes. Like, you know, if you're aggressive earlier on or more defensive, then that's kind of how you want to be playing.
But we'll see if it was a coincidence or if it was something that he had planning here on Waterfall. Something about chasing. Something about chase, but I'm not really sure what the relevance to chase is. Are there waterfalls? He lives in Tasmania, right?
What?
I don't know. Steel and Asher were explaining the map meme for Waterfall. I didn't really get it. In the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we of course have our blue Terran player coming out from the land of China. He is going to be representing team or clan Rookie Warpgate RWG. He is PioneeR.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Waterfall, we have the Chinese Protoss player himself representing Team Starlight Twinkle SLT. It is JoliwaLoves. Oh.
Double gas coming out from PioneeR. Let me tell you something. This is a Terran player who lives up to his name. He's doing something different every single game. He's only played TVP tonight, but he has a lot of different variations. He has a lot of different styles of how he wants to play it out.
Yeah.
You gotta appreciate.
I agree. We do see that he opens up with a 2-gas opener. Is going for a Marine first, by the way, so should be going into that factory first. And we got options here. You know, if he wanted to, he could try and go for a 1-1-1 again and go for maybe a committed Widowmine drop into something like an Armory, or he could do something else.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I'm getting flashbacks to, was it Tropical Sacrifice that he played? Yeah. Where he went for exactly that. He did go for the reactor instead of the tech lab on the factory, so, you know, he didn't have drilling claws, but that armory was absolutely the right move when he had an opponent who only had one Oracle that didn't have that much energy on it anyway.
Exactly. Oh, so we'll see if that's going to be reminiscent here or if he just starts a Marine production as he goes into, a 2-1 opener. Oh my
2-1-1?
2-1-1.
2-1-1?
Okay, I haven't seen this in a little bit. I think the last player I saw do this was actually Hon Mono, so that's a bit of a tell as to how aggressive this is. All on one base, by the way. Very unusual for a TVP.
Yeah, 2-1 is already a little unusual for TVP, and now you have a 1-base 2-1-1. This is very committed and very aggressive as well.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that he's getting a tech lab on his factory. So this is going to be a 2-1-1, but he is going to be hitting with tanks.
And he's also getting a tech lab on the starport and not the barracks.
Wait, what?
So he's not going to have stim.
What?
He's gonna have cloak banshees.
This is just a complete.
Or just banshees.
Okay, so hold on. First things first. We gotta catch everyone up. Yeah. So so a 2-on-1 in a TVZ. Typically, you get the tech lab on the racks, and you do get stim. You hit a stim timing. You get a reactor on the factory, and by the time you get the reactor on the starport and your 2 medevacs, you push out across the map with a mass marine drop. This is it's completely different. Oh no! No! He lets the shade in.
I was gonna say that was such a baller move to just lower the depot and then get the Marines on top of the shade and being like, I dare you, commit to the shade. But JoliwaLoves says, I'm just gonna go right in.
Yeah, he's like
exactly what you're doing.
He was like playing a game of chicken with the shade. He's like, do it. He's like, okay.
No, not like that.
He goes in, and now everything has been. This was going to be so out of left field, by the way. This was so wild of an opener, but it has all been scattered. We have Immortal production at home, which is again really crucial. We need every single unit we can get. Immortals are great at just busting down and breaking through tank lines. The first Banshee is about to rock up though, and yeah, there's nothing quite here that shoots up. Not yet. The Stalkers have to reposition.
Yeah, these Stalkers don't have Blink, but at the same time, the Banshees don't have Cloak. So JoliwaLoves isn't going to have to switch gears and make a second Observer or anything like that.
He's going to pull the boys, right?
He's got it. It's one base.
Yeah, 100%. It's one base, mate. Here we go. The army's pushing out again. Unfortunately, there is no stim. We don't have Blink, to be fair, for JoliwaLoves. Like, he did go for a robo opener. We were so distracted by what PioneeR was doing. JoliwaLoves himself was also doing something quite out of the norm.
Yeah. And you can really see how the lack of Blink is hurting JoliwaLoves a little bit here. He is trying to slow this down as much as possible, but he's taking some casualties. With that, here come the boys. Oh, not that many.
Yeah, you know, it's not the boys, it's the boys. Some of them are coming out across map. We do see, nice target fire on the first Immortal. The first Immortal will go down. Banshees dishing out so much damage to this army. We haven't seen the tank siege up yet because they don't need to. Up.
Is this the one move to go down from the high ground and into the middle of the map? Is that the move that JoliwaLoves throws the game? Well, maybe not, because he was able to deal with a lot of the bio, and now he always retreats back to the overcharge. Yeah.
The overcharge was good enough. The Immortal DPS was good enough as well. Every single tank goes down. Only 2 Banshees with mass repair surviving, and this is just not going to be enough. PioneeR going for the one base play, unfortunately getting scattered, and JoliwaLoves was able to prepare.
Prepare and thrive at that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's not done. We do have a couple more reinforcements coming in. We do have the tank siege up to try and get a shot off, and they will get a shot off on those Stalkers. But again, because of that scout, you know, we had 2 shield batteries here to defend. We have a second pylon as well. We had the massive mortals. We had JoliwaLoves just waiting for the army in the middle of the map. And the longer this goes on, like, I don't know if PioneeR can ever pull this off.
Yeah, it's one of those moves where PioneeR sacrificed his economy, and he needed to kill his Protoss opponent with that, or at the very least, you know, kill the natural base and be back on equal footing. Instead, PioneeR is the one who has lost SCVs.
Yeah, he really has, and you know, arguably he should have just pulled them all. You know, it's
it shouldn't. Yeah, you need to commit to the boys. You can't commit to the youngin.
Exactly. You gotta commit, mate. You gotta commit it. Unfortunately, because of that, you know, there's just so much waiting for PioneeR. He's committing here to the second push to see how much he can get done, but it's not gonna be enough. GG gets called, and JoliwaLoves takes game 2.
Once again, very decisive play. You know, I was worried for a second when I saw all of those Stalkers and Immortals out in the field against 3 tanks or something like that. I'm like, oh no, there's no support for this Protoss army. But it was fine. Really, the move that threw the game was that depot chicken, or that shade chicken. That the lowering of that one depot is really the move at the end of that, man. Yeah,
bit of a.
Gotta be wondering, why would you do that?
I'm sure it was a mistake. I'm sure it was a bit of a mistake there from PioneeR. Oh god, I just wish that mistake hadn't happened. You know, I want to see what would have happened if it did go unscouted. You know, the most ideal scenario there for for that crazy 2-on-1. Oh god.
2-on-1 without stim or combat shield or
Yeah.
concussive shell. 2-on-1
Without
without
medevacs.
medevacs.
Yeah.
2-on-1 with banshees, which okay, sometimes you see a banshee tank push with marine support in a TVP, but not on one base.
Yeah. It's
Not with 3 tanks.
it was crazy, Poppy. It was crazy. Oh my god. And we'll see what other craziness is going to come out from our Terran player, from our Pioneer. What else has he got here in game 3? Because this is where he needs to turn it around.
Yeah, he needs to do a lot to potentially make it a reverse sweep if he doesn't want to come back on Friday for another shot. But here we are now on Tropical Sacrifice. We're in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We, of course, have our blue Terran player coming out from the land of China. He is down 0-2 in this best-of-5 qualifying match. He impressed us a lot throughout tonight with all the builds that he has, with his TVP ability, even causing a bit of an upset against his opponent's teammate earlier on. But now it's all on the wire. Representing Wookiee W Warp Gate, RWG, he is the Pioneer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice, we have the Chinese Protoss player himself, representing Team Starlight Twinkle SLT. It is JoliwaLoves.
Every time I hear SLT, I'm reminded of how closely that the initials of that clan or of that team
Camels?
is to Salt.
Oh, okay.
Like with could be, yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
It would be funny if the initials spelled out salty. You know, at some point, it's like salty.
Oh my god! If only, mate. If only. I mean, that kind of makes sense for Is it SSLT? That's the starving camels.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Camel team.
Because there's so much salt. That's why they want so much water. That's why they're starving.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why they're munching on a cactus
There you go. There you go.
in their logo.
Oh god. But when it comes to the opener, once again, PioneeR is doing things quite differently. He does go for the full wall off at the ramp, so he's going to keep JoliwaLoves in the dark, as he didn't take any gases behind this, so just, a bit of a hidden Rax Expand.
What?
Oh my
No!
Oh my god.
No! I thought that was a misclick when I saw that shade, but this is sometimes a classic build in TVZ is the 3cc before starport, right? And that's a very economic focused build. This is not 3cc before starport. This is not 3cc before factory. This is 3cc before gas.
Mate. PioneeR, he was watching Ghost Phantom versus Buchin earlier. When Buchin opened up with like 2 Nexus after the gate. He went gate, Nexus, mate. And this madman went for a 3rd CC before, it was before 2nd Rax. It's 2 CC into a 2nd Rax, then into a 3rd. He's going into a 3 Rax.
3 CC into a 2nd Rax, into a 3rd Rax, and then, and only then, does he take gas.
Oh my god.
I want this to work so bad, but I don't think it's gonna work.
It's one of those things where this Terran player, he's the Pioneer, but where is he leading us? He's like, he's leading the way, but he's taking us into the ocean,
Yeah.
Off a cliff. We can't
He's leading
swim.
the camels to salt water.
Exactly. I don't know, mate. Meanwhile, across the map, once again, we were quite distracted here by the opener of PioneeR. We saw a robo opener from JoliwaLoves, just like last game, but this time he's committed into what we usually see. He's going straight into Robotics Bay.
Yeah, this should be for Disruptors, so try to go for a bit of a drop, try to kill a couple of SCVs. It would be insane if it was a Colossus. I don't think any player goes for Colossus drops in PvT anymore.
Yeah, only in NA.
Sometimes Nina does that, but
Yeah, yeah.
Not all the time.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, Trigger's done it as well because he does have that Nina influence, but
True.
well, there it is! Oh!
Dude!
And I think this is gonna end the game.
JoliwaLoves, big Nina fan.
I think this is gonna end the name, Papi. Because
Against pure Marines!
that's the thing. It's pure Marine without stim, without Medivacs, without anything, with good enough Prism Micro, as long as the Prism doesn't die. Oh no! Oh no!
And the Prism very well could die, but yeah, important to unload those stalkers. If you're JoliwaLoves right now, if you're looking at all of these Marines, you gotta be feeling pretty confident, right?
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like with good enough Micro, like a War Prism, and mate, give me one War Prism, one Colossus. You know, one good Colossus, and that's all you need. I'm so concerned. Scouting Marine, is he gonna be able to see the Colossus as it comes out? He will not.
Dude, for all he knows, that's an Observer.
Yeah.
Coming out, or an Immortal or something. Okay, maybe because he saw the Warp Prism earlier on, he will be anticipating Disruptors or something like that. I do not think. Colossus has got to be the last thing on his mind right now.
Yeah, like we've talked about it before. When it comes to regular 3-Rax openers, Colossus openers just hard counter it. Like that's exactly what you want against 3-Rax. Going straight into Colossus. Here the Colossus does reveal itself, and just like that, half the Marines go down.
It's fine. This one Marauder. It counters Colossus.
Copium.
Well, Marauders counter Colossus.
Like at the end of
He's gonna have 3 of them.
Yaku, that was 14 Marines.
He's gonna have 3 Marauders out now.
Yaku,
this is fine.
That was 14 Marines, Yaku. Like this is a hard counter. Just going for the Colossus blindly like this. Now he gets into the Mariner line, forces all the lost mine time as well. Oh, GG.
Oh man, GG. JoliwaLoves takes that series 3-0, not dropping a single map, just on another level. Very, very well played by JoliwaLoves. He was able to avenge his fallen teammate in Rewhite. He will be the first player to qualify for the DreamHack Atlanta China Regional close qualifiers. But man, we need to give PioneeR a medal or something. We need to find him, and we need to, I don't know, send him to Asher to pick his brain.
We need to cherish this young and innocent soul. I love him so much. PioneeR with very, very wild builds. When it came to that last game, even if it wasn't 3cc into 3-Rax, if it was just a regular 3-Rax, he would have just died as well. Like, it's so unlucky that unscouted we saw a Colossus drop opener, and that's just exactly what you want against this mass bio style. Like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been a build order loss anyway, right? Even if he did just go for a regular 3-Rax, but he did that 3-Rax style. It was a build order loss, but one that will be remembered.
He you know, it's a build order. He won in our hearts. Okay, I love it. Even Nish is in the chat. Don't let your dreams become dreams, papi. Let's go 2cc opener.
Nish, I don't think you understand. I'm not sure if you were here at the start of the game. It wasn't just a 2cc opener. It was 2cc into 3-Rax, and then, and only then, was gas taken.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's beautiful. I wanted it to work so bad, but I knew deep in my heart I wanted it to work, but my brain and my brain had to put its foot down and had to veto my heart and my gut and said, no, this is not gonna work. And now it's gloating. Told ya.
He's like, yeah, I told you. Oh my god. Yeah, GG, well played to JoliwaLoves. Very solid play at that. You know, he did come into it as the favorite, but again, PioneeR definitely made a name for himself, and I hope that's not the last we see of PioneeR. I hope we get to see more of him in the future. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Without a doubt. I cannot believe that we've gone through so many DreamHack qualifiers. DreamHack China qualifiers, and only now are we casting him because, my god, he's got a lot. he's got a lot to love. I'm sure he's made a lot of fans tonight, or I hope he did.
I hope he has. Yeah.
I'm a fan of him now, at the very least, if
yes,
nothing else.
same. I love him as well. He's amazing.
Sorry, coffee.
He's amazing and he's beautiful, and again, I hope we get to see him in the future. As a reminder, there is a second qualifier for DreamHack China, so he has another chance there. I'm sure Rewhite wants a rematch at some point, and that could end up coming to fruition in the next qualifier. But yeah, just congratulations to PioneeR for making it this far to a qualifying match, the furthest he's ever gone before.
Yeah. Very nicely done here, and I hope that bodes well. I mean, again, we're kind of summarizing it now, kind of wrapping things up, but when he beat Rewhite, even though it was a very close series, that was probably an even bigger upset, I would say, than some of the other matches that have gone on here. I think it was the only legitimate upset. Some of the other matches were walkovers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely hope that we see a lot more from him. I hope that, eventually we do see him in that main event. Unfortunately, he is not a Zerg player. But he is something a little bit different.
Yeah, definitely. And, we want to cherish those things, right? Because just because you're different doesn't mean that your builds aren't going to work. Gumiho is a living proof of that, where he just does wild things all the time, and he's able to become, one of the best Terrans in the world. Same can be said for Dark in a different race. Or Miyamika, in his own way as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Definitely. With that, we now have our first qualifying player. Massive shout out to JoliwaLoves, aka JoliwaLoves. He does make
AKA
it,
Vinny.
aka Vinny. He moves
a lot
on.
Of names.
A lot of names. I was checking an old VOD. He went by Zest last season as well.
True. Yeah, that's why I was thinking of Zest.
Yeah. But yeah, he does qualify for the closed qualifier. We are gonna have another series, Jim versus SCV. They are mid-series currently. We will not be casting that, unfortunately, as we don't have the time to do so. Yeah, it
seems like the first match of WTL is going on a little bit, but even then, we do still need time to switch clients. We do still need to, not reinstall the client. You don't need to reinstall, fun fact, the client to get access to the Chinese server and vice versa. So, if you were thinking that's something you need to do, it isn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does take time to switch settings, everything, get it all overlays and whatnot. So yeah, we will be doing that in the meantime. For WTL, I think I forgot to actually mention that it's for WTL, our team, the CranKy Ducklings, going up against License to Kill.
Yeah, exactly. CranKy Ducklings, with our kind of now revamped North American heavy roster, is going up against LTK, another North American heavy team. So
our nemesis back in Rakshir.
There
no, it wasn't Rakshir. Was it Berserker Team League?
We did beat them in.
It was one or the other.
We did beat them in that team league, by the way. We did beat LTK.
Ah, there we go.
There we go. It was in Rakshir. We were able to beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was before Nina joined them and before Percival as well. So LTK is a much stronger team now.
They definitely are. Always been pretty strong, but now they're definitely a lot stronger too.
Definitely. So yes, after we do end this stream, we will be preparing ourselves for the WTL cast. But before that happens, Yaku, it's been a while since we've been able to cast together. Who are you, and where can people find more of you?
Who am I? Where can people find more of me? Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I thought maybe I could sneak a couple of streams in this school term I had, but apparently not. It's gonna be very, very busy, so you'll most likely be finding me in MS Word. But if you want updates of quotes or what have you, humorous observations, !Discord in the chat, or which will bring you to the CranKy Ducklings Discord server. I'm there, Led is there, everybody's there, or twitter.com @Empore Yakuzaku. This is important to note. A lot of people think it's Emperor Yakuzaku. It is not. It is Empore Yakuzaku. You swap the E and the O.
Yeah, totally intentional.
Yeah. A little self-conscious now because, I did get rid of a very trademarked feature, but we'll be trying to show my face around still.
I didn't even. I didn't notice until you said that. You're a fucking clown.
It's gone.
The
I missed it
Yaku
so much.
did shave his face to get rid
I
of
missed it so much.
what little hair follicles there were under his nose.
I missed it so much.
What do you mean? There's nothing to miss, Yaku. There's nothing there. There was never anything there. God damn.
Before and after will be posted on Discord.
It's like spot the difference. Oh god. Yeah, so you can follow Yaku there and over on his Twitch channel. I'm sure he's gonna be streaming whenever he can. Meanwhile, you can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do stream throughout the week. Not this week because we are busy casting every single day, multiple times a day. So we're going to be quite busy with our coverage on the CranKy Ducklings, but if you're interested in my solo content, I'm over on light_VIP. I stream, I ladder, I smurge. We sometimes win. We sometimes gain some MMR.
PvT, you know.
Yeah. We'll see. So you can follow me there. Otherwise, if you're only interested in our StarCraft casting, then check us out here on the CranKy Ducklings. CranKy Ducklings on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. We are all over the place. All the social medias. We're not on TikTok though. That is only reserved for Nish. Nish in the chat. He is the TikTok guy.
He is the one who ticks.
He is the one who ticks and talks.
Yes, both. Yeah, it's impressive.
There you go. So yeah, you can follow the CranKy Ducklings all over the place. We are going to be live soon with WTL. We're going to be live in I believe 8 hours from now with DreamHack Latin America.
Oh. Right, yes. I was like, wait. Isn't our match in 5? It's scheduled for 5 minutes from now.
And in under 24 hours, we will be live with DreamHack Taiwan Hong Kong qualifier number 2. So, yeah, a lot of DreamHack is upon us. A lot of StarCraft is upon us. Make sure you hit that follow button if you want to be up to date on all things StarCraft.
Indeed.
And with that, thank you so much everyone for watching. We need to
see you. We'll see you in like 20-ish minutes.
Yeah,
like that.
I may have to end the stream and restart the stream. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to test something for the first time and see if I can switch scene collections. We'll see. But we will see you guys soon TM with WTL. Bye. Ciao.
Bella.